83% of travelers admit they spend their entire vacation inside tourist traps, resort bubbles, and chain restaurants, never once connecting with the place they flew thousands of miles to see. That is not a vacation. That is just being uncomfortable somewhere expensive. And the saddest part is that genuine local culture is almost always free, always accessible, and always more memorable than anything on a tour bus itinerary. So in the next 10 minutes, you are going to discover exactly how to break through the tourist layer and reach the living, breathing heart of any destination on Earth. We will cover the specific strategies seasoned travelers use, the places most guidebooks never mention, and the one counterintuitive truth about cultural immersion that completely flips the way most people plan their trips. Stay with us because this one insight alone will change how you travel forever. Let us start with some context. The modern travel industry was built on convenience, and convenience is the enemy of authenticity. Mass tourism exploded after World War II when commercial aviation made international travel accessible to ordinary people for the first time. By the 1970s, package holidays had created an entirely new economy built around shielding travelers from the very places they were visiting. Hotels clustered together. Restaurants adapted menus. Souvenir markets replaced genuine craft traditions. This is not a conspiracy. It is simply supply meeting demand. But the consequence is that an entire infrastructure now exists to ensure you never have to interact meaningfully with a local person if you do not want to. UNESCO has tracked what they call intangible cultural heritage, things like oral traditions, performing arts, social practices, and craftsmanship, and they have documented how tourism, when handled badly, actively erodes the very culture that attracted visitors in the first place. Destinations become performances of themselves rather than living communities. When that happens, everyone loses. Travelers get a hollow experience. Locals lose their traditions. And the place itself becomes a theme park version of what it once was. But here is what nobody talks about. The solution is not to avoid popular destinations. The solution is to change your behavior within them. You do not need to go off the beaten path to find real culture. You need to go at the right time, to the right places, and with the right mindset. The first and most powerful strategy is to eat where the locals eat, not where they want tourists to eat. Every city on Earth has a geographic divide between tourist dining and local dining. In Bangkok, that line is sometimes just one street over from a famous landmark. In Rome, it is often one block behind a major piazza. The practical rule is simple. If the menu has photographs and is printed in 4 languages, keep walking. Look instead for places with handwritten boards, where the staff speak only the local language, and where you are the only foreigner in the room. Google Maps reviews in the local language are your best tool here. Search the destination name in that country's native script and filter for recently reviewed spots. The results will look completely different from what the English language algorithm serves you. Food is not just sustenance in most cultures. It is ceremony, identity, and daily ritual. Sitting down in a genuine local restaurant is not just a meal. It is an invitation into how people actually live. And when you cannot read the menu, that is a feature, not a bug. Point at what someone nearby is eating. Use translation apps. Ask the server to choose for you. These small moments of vulnerability create real human connection faster than any organized cultural tour ever will. The second strategy is to synchronize your schedule with local life rather than tourist hours. Most visitors sleep late, hit museums at midday, and eat dinner at 6. Locals in most of the world operate on an entirely different rhythm. In Spain, real lunch does not happen until 2 in the afternoon and dinner rarely before 9 at night. In many Southeast Asian cities, the best street markets are active before sunrise and completely gone by 8 in the morning. In Mexico, the Central Plaza fills with local families after 7 in the evening in a tradition called the Paseo, where communities gather to socialize under the stars. When you shift your schedule to match local rhythms, you stop competing with tour groups and start participating in daily life. The city looks completely different at 6 in the morning than it does at noon. The people you encounter are different. The pace is different. The entire atmosphere changes. This single adjustment costs you nothing except a slightly earlier alarm. The third strategy goes deeper. Learn 5 words in the local language before you land. Not a full phrase book. Just 5 words. Hello. Thank you. Please. Delicious. And the name of whatever city or region you are in. Research consistently shows that language effort, even minimal effort, is one of the highest trust signals a traveler can send to a local community. A 2019 study from the Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Research found that travelers who made basic language attempts reported significantly higher quality interactions with locals compared to those who communicated exclusively in English. People do not expect you to be fluent. They expect you to try. And trying is everything. The fourth strategy is to attend events that were not designed for you. Every destination has a calendar of local celebrations, religious ceremonies, seasonal markets, neighborhood festivals, and sporting events that the tourist industry does not heavily promote simply because they are not designed as tourist products. These are the experiences that stay with you for decades. In Japan, attending a local Matsuri neighborhood festival during summer is a completely different experience from visiting a curated cultural center. In Brazil, watching a regional football match in a mid-sized city hits differently than anything in Rio. In India, timing your visit around a local temple festival exposes you to devotion, community, and spectacle that no heritage site can replicate. Finding these events requires only basic research. Check local newspaper websites, look at city government event calendars, and search community Facebook groups for the area. Ask your accommodation host directly. People who live somewhere are almost always proud to share what makes their city special during the specific week you are visiting. But here is what nobody talks about when it comes to cultural immersion. The biggest barrier is not access. It is not language. It is not money. It is the psychological comfort of staying with other tourists. Human beings are tribal. We gravitate toward familiarity when we feel uncertain. And travel, by definition, creates uncertainty. So the natural instinct is to cluster with other foreigners, stick to English-speaking environments, and consume a version of the destination that has been predigested for outsider consumption. Breaking that pattern requires a specific kind of intentionality. It means choosing the local bus over the tourist shuttle even when the tourist shuttle is easier. It means sitting in the town square for an hour doing nothing but watching how people move and talk and interact. It means saying yes to the invitation from the guest house owner who offers to show you his neighborhood. These choices feel small in the moment. Over a 10-day trip, they compound into a fundamentally different experience. The real-world implication of all of this is significant. Travelers who engage authentically with local culture report higher overall satisfaction, according to Booking.com's 2022 Sustainable Travel Report, which surveyed over 30,000 travelers globally. They spend less money. They generate more positive economic impact for the actual community. And they carry home richer, more meaningful memories. The traveler who spent 3 hours at a local family's home learning to make dumplings in Chengdu will remember that trip differently than someone who checked off the standard list of attractions. Authentic cultural engagement is also, increasingly, what the world needs from tourism. Over-tourism has damaged communities from Venice to Machu Picchu to Santorini. The antidote is not fewer travelers. It is better travelers. People who disperse into neighborhoods, support local businesses, respect local customs, and treat destinations as living communities rather than backdrop for content. To bring this all together, before you go, if you learned something valuable today, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to TravelSphere for a brand new video every single day. We will see you in the next one.